A recent development in Microsoft Excel is the addition of several functions in the lookup category. One of them, XLOOKUP, adds a little flexibility to how our data can be laid out. If we take a look at this batch of data here, we can see that we can enter a last name up here in cell B3, and then write a series of VLOOKUPs to get the first name, title, and salary further down in column B. If I go ahead and click in cell B6, I can type equals VLOOKUP, open paren, tell it that the lookup value is B3, type the comma, the place to go find it, the table array starts from A10, goes down to E22, comma again. The column index number, which column is in the numerical place for the first names, would be the third column, another comma. And then we type in false for the range lookup to make sure we get an exact match or nothing. We hit enter, and indeed the first name that matches with the last name of King is Robert, so we've got that. We can autofill to get the other two formulas, save us a little time in typing, drag the selectors for the blocks of data into their proper place, and then just change the column index number, fourth column for the title as we see there. That worked. And then do the same for this other formula. Again, drag the selectors to where we actually want to get our data. There's a few different ways to approach this problem, but this is pretty straightforward. And again, change the column index number. This time the fifth column will contain the salaries. And then all we have to do is a little bit of formatting. Go to the Home tab here, and the number group, and set it to currency. Well and good. But we did have to be careful about skipping column B there, the second column, because of course it's blank. And in some respects, Excel would look upon the stuff in columns C through E as being in a separate block entirely, but XLOOKUP can get around that problem. Let's assume the other block was not as close by as this. We could use XLOOKUP, assuming that the two blocks were more or less matched up, to get all three of the other things, first name, title, and salary, with one formula instead of three. We would go to cell C6, as I've done here, can type equals XLOOKUP, open paren. The part about the lookup value works about the same. We would now click in cell B3 and type a comma. Then XLOOKUP gets a little different. It asks for two separate things here, a lookup array and a return array. Well, the lookup array is where we would go hunt down the lookup value. So I can again select from A10 to A22. But when I type the comma, the return array is where we get all the rest of the information in one go, from C10 down to E22. And now, just close the paren. The other arguments there are optional. The square brackets told us that. So when I finish the formula and I hit enter, all three of the remaining pieces of information pop up as we needed them. The only real issue that we run into with this is the fact that the information we pulled with XLOOKUP shows up laid out the same way as it is in the original block, which means we have to sort of rotate it or flip it around from horizontal to vertical. We can do this though. There's actually a function for it. Excel has a function called TRANSPOSE, which does exactly what it sounds like. Transposes from horizontal to vertical, or vice versa. So if we give the cell with our formula a double click, we can just go to the spot right after the equals there, add the transpose function, open paren, and then have to remember to put another close paren at the end because we have to always balance our parentheses. So we're going to transpose what XLOOKUP found, and we've got it. And again, all we have to do is a little formatting for the money number there. The only other thing that we want to be aware of, we're not going to explore it in this particular clip, but something to think about nevertheless, there's a very faint drop shadow around the cells which contain our data here. We've created something called a dynamic array, which simply means that if the amount of information we pull using XLOOKUP or one of the other X functions changes in size, more cells, fewer cells, the number of cells we need to display the data will change too. It's dynamic, it's changeable. Well, nevertheless, XLOOKUP can save us some work, allow the user to draw on data sources which might not always be allowed to be close by where they're initially working. So on the whole, a useful new function.